Tension Duelist. Yeah, I'm not going to say YouTube anymore. Anyhow, this is Loudon Whirlwind Horse, aka Vlad the Dragon on YouTube. This is a new deck idea that has potential being top tier. It's a lock deck. I call it Dark Planet. I thought about this a while ago on the way back from a tournament that was 500 miles away, so I had a lot of time to think. It didn't really actually get tied together until my cousin Ollie let me know one card that really ties it together. And I've been working on it ever since. I'm going to take it to the regionals in Sioux Falls in 2 weeks. And I'm filming it now because I'm going to be working constantly for the next 2 weeks so that I can get some time off to go to it. So it's going to be kind of weird. It's going to be confusing at first, but I'm going to start off with the boss monster first. This is one boss monster. Last Warrior from Another Planet. Very, very underplayed card. What he does is whenever he special summons out, fusion summon from the graveyard, whatever, he'll nuke my side of the field. And then neither player can normal summon, flip summon, or special summon, so it's a lock by himself. Alright, he's awesome. I've always wanted to use him. He was one of the very first cards I've ever got. I traded him and got him back a few times. Alright, of course you need Simorgh the Dark. Yeah, another broken card, 2100 beater, one of the first. He loses, whenever he destroys a monster, he loses 200 attack, but most of the time you don't want to keep him on the field at more than 2 turns. Double Morio Kutai. Basically a Stardust effect. Whenever your opponent activates a magic card, a spell card now, you tribute him to negate it. It's an awesome card. No fusion deck would be complete without an Elemental Hero Prisma. Yeah, he works very good in this deck. The Earth Hex-Sealed Fusion. Yeah, just in case you burn your polymerizations, you summon him out, and he's a tribute fuse, so it's a pretty awesome card too. I only run one. One of the big players right here, one of the MVPs of the deck. King of the Swamp. You can discard him to add a polymerization to your hand, or you can use him as a fusion material. So he's just an awesome card. Good substitute, probably the best substitute out there. He was, I believe, he was on the forbidden list or limited list whenever the Elemental Heroes were big. Polymerization. This deck, of course, there's no miracle fusion or anything for the Last Warrior, that's universal for any fusion monsters. So, and this deck really works well with it. You don't really need a miracle fusion. Future fusion, of course, you can only have one, but with this deck, it's just you just mainly want to get monsters into your graveyard pretty quick. Sorry. Vortex Trooper, when he's normal summoned, you have the option of shuffling 2 cards in your deck and drawing, and then whenever he's destroyed, just destroyed. It doesn't matter where he's sent afterwards, as long as he's destroyed, you can draw 1 card, so it's a good drawing power. Alright. Debris Dragon. Everybody knows what Debris Dragon does. Of course, he's in a lot of Dandelion decks and stuff, but he's a broken card. He works with, of course, Vortex Trooper, and believe it or not, he does work with King of the Swamp. So, yeah, you can fuse or use his effect to add a polymerization to your hand, normal summon your Debris Dragon, and nuke the field. So it's a pretty quick setup. And then same thing with him. Awesome. Of course, what you're gonna go for, Black Rose Dragon. I mean, it's other than Ancient Fairy, he's the only other level 7 that's a dragon that you can tune for with Debris Dragon. And of course you can have 3 now, so that's good destructive power. And he is a staple in this deck. Over here. Alright. Armageddon Knight to send dark monsters to the graveyard. And this deck doesn't have very much dark. Doesn't have a lot of dark monsters, and some of them you do need to get in your hand so you can normal summon them. So that's why I don't use Dark Grepher, because he'll become circumstantial in this deck. So Armageddon Knight's good. A Summoner Monk, of course, he's an awesome card. He's you of course summon him, tap him, discard a magic card to get your Mist Valley soldiers. But in this deck, that's not all he does. You can use him to get a Prisma, to get a Zambria the Dark. Just, you know, it does work fast. He's a broken card in this deck, and it just sucks that you can only use one of them. And this is staple synchros in this deck. Stardust, I only run one, because this deck's really geared towards destructive power, and it's a lot of adding to your hand and everything like that. And one Stardust is enough. I would like to. I think about two, but you know what? Sometimes he just ends up getting himself blown up, or he gets removed from the field, so he's not as broken. Of course, because a lot of the non-tuners are dark monsters, so you can use him easily in this deck, especially with the Summoner Monk. Scrap Dragon, a good staple in this deck. If you have your Vortex Trooper on the field, you blow him up, draw a card. It's pretty awesome. And you do use your hand very fast in this deck, so you end up with no hand, so that's why you would want to have an Infernity Doom Dragon. Alright. Now, Magic Reinforcement of the Army. Use it for almost... It's really warrior based, so you use it for a lot of monsters in this deck.